Good evening, folks. Welcome to Everyday KT. It is no. Oh, hang on. Yeah, Everyday KT, and we're sitting here. Technical difficulties. There we go. So we are at number 116, and today we're talking about impressions and who you know and who knows you. So yesterday we talked about being a badass primarily is wrapped around your ability to help other people and positively influence those around you. So how that translates today into who knows you and basically who people that know of you and recognize you. Hey, Corey, you're generally, if you're going to be wearing a kilt out and about, people are going to see you. They're going to recognize you. They're going to know you in the community at large and everywhere else. Hey, Sam. So you want to make sure that the folks that you're talking to and interacting with, try to give them kind of a good spin. Make sure, hey, Angela, wow, a lot of people piling on tonight. So make sure that, they've got good things to remember you by. Because everybody remembers the person in the kilt. Hey, Brian. And you want to make sure that there's good stuff. Amy, welcome. First time I've seen you jump on in here that I can recall anyway. 116, you never know. So you want to make sure that these people have a good memory of whatever interaction they have with you. Now, there is kind of a different flavor of the types of interactions. It could be, if it's, if you're wearing the kilt for your personal life, personal reasons, then your leeway is far more significant than if you wear your kilt for business purposes. You use the kilt to reflect your heritage and your beliefs and whatnot, your individual freedoms, but you also use it as your calling card, kind of like myself, like Corey, and a few others out there. You want to make sure that those folks who are interacting with you remember you, but in a positive light. Yeah, you can have the shenanigans that, people have, because shenanigans are good, and shenaniganizing is always fun. You just don't want to be that guy every single time you go out. So that in a month's time, you wind up and you see yourself on a newspaper somewhere because you were the idiot dancing on the bar because of who knows what. So, hang on one second there. I gotta get the dog. So yeah, I'm still here, just taking care of this. What? You go back outside? Come on, back outside. Out you go. Out. Come on. Say hi, Dallas. Here he goes. Unfortunately, my neighbors don't like noise, so I'm going to put one of those collar thingies on them. But, okay. Go play. So, for those of you who don't know, that was Dallas. He's my pet moose / dog, and he didn't want to be in the house. Yep, that's right. Brian, you nailed it. People always remember the things that that are unique and different. So, especially with the kilt, I bump into people all the time that's like, hey, I know you. I met you 5 years ago at the bar in wherever. Oh, Corey, you and Nathan. Okay, so Corey, go have a blast with Nathan. I think you're gonna have a hell of a time. On the bar, it's up to you. I won't hold it against you if you do. So when you're out and about, especially in Corey and Nathan, two folks down in Texas, they'll be able to attest to this after the shenanigans on Saturday. You want to make sure that the public as a whole they find more good than bad in whatever it is you're doing, because even though you're representing yourself, you're out there doing your own thing, in a much more subtle manner, you're kind of representing everybody who wears a kilt. So just be careful of that. Brian, the name thing, this is another big one, and I have this problem too. I don't remember names for crap. One thing that's going to happen is as these people remember you, they're always going to come up, hey, do you remember me? We talked 3 years ago over through the window at a stoplight in somewhere. No. Everybody can very easily remember the unique thing, Joe, awesome. Actually, that's very interesting, Joe, because I just accepted Scoutmaster for the troop here in town. So I recognize that little scout motto there. The number of people who remember you is going to outweigh the number of names you can fit in your head by a factor of at least a bazillion. Maybe even more. I run into people every single day that know me from I don't know where, and I have no earthly idea what their name is. Not a clue. It happens every single day. At work, at anywhere. I don't have enough brain power to have that many names. It'd be like a Manhattan phone book from like the early 90s that's this thick and it's only 2 zip codes. I just don't remember them. So, and I'm apologizing to people all the time, saying, I'm sorry, I just don't remember your name. And that's all you tell them. He's like, listen, I'm sorry. I talk to 300 people a day. If I'm at a festival or I'm out doing something out in public, tons of people. I can't recall that names. I'm not that good with the name and faces. Faces I'll remember all day long, but names, forget about it. So that's another big thing you got to take in mind when you're out and about, because the people you meet will know you. They'll know your name. They'll know every single little detail about you because you're interesting and you're different and you stand out in a crowd. And, because of your kilt, you're probably the only person that a lot of these folks have talked to in any length that was a kilt. So it's kind of stuck in there. It's like that. One person who plays the bagpipes while riding a cycle. You'll remember a whole lot of details about that guy. But people who wear Converse Chucks, hundreds of them, no idea. So you gotta keep in mind that they're gonna remember you. So don't be put off if people come up and talk to you. Who and they have all these details about this lengthy conversation, and you're just like, no idea. It's all right. Don't beat yourself up about it. It happens to me almost every day. I'm really, I'm really bad with names, so just keep it, just go with the flow and keep it going. Brian, that's perfect. I talked to a lot of people, and just go with it. So, make sure, like I said, when you're out there, try to have more good interactions than bad. Good responses from people than bad, because they're going to remember you. And in a year, 2 years, 5 years, you never know. I've had a lot of occasions where somebody had met me some years earlier, and it winds up being some important thing that I need. And all of a sudden, it's like, wait a minute, we met at blah, blah, blah. And they'll fill in all the blanks. I'm like, oh, that's right. Eventually, it'll click. So try to keep those things. That's why it's about who you know, but more importantly, who knows you. Because they're not going to forget. And if you're the only one in your area that wears a kilt, or one of a few, that number of people who are going to know you that you don't even know is going to grow exponentially very, very quickly. Yeah, exactly. That just like Angela says, she bumps into somebody who remembers her because of her kilts and her Game of Thrones ringtone. Exact same thing. So the whole reason behind this ties into yesterday. The whole thing about being confident, and the first step in being a badass is being able to give more than you get, and to put yourself out there to help other people more than what you're taking back for yourself. Part of that is trying to leave a positive interaction experience with all those people around you and the people that you hang out with, either casually, more than that, or you just bump into socially. Yeah, it's coffee because I've got a bunch of work for tonight. So there you go, right there. That's part of that being a badass is being remembered and making sure that you remember the folks that, or at least try to remember it's something about the folks you interact with on a regular basis, because you never know. Especially if you live in a smaller community like I do, everybody in town knows who I am. I might not know hardly any of them, but they all know who I am. Half of them know where I live even, and I don't even know. So make sure that if you're out and about, try to have as positive a a reaction and positive image as you possibly can, because it'll go a long way to help you out. Because people know you and they know you're doing good things in the community and they know you're doing good things to help other people. They'll tend to want to help you because they know you're doing good things. And when people see people doing good things, they're attracted to that. And they want to be a part of that because they know that, well, the guy in the kilt's doing something cool. I want to be a part of that. I'm going to go help them do something cool. And that just snowballs into some really awesome stuff. So that's tonight's Everyday KT 116. You know, just try to make sure that you leave a positive vibe wherever you're going. Somebody throw up a Kiltology. See what we got going on. I'm wondering, which book do I use? Let me check something right quick. Somebody throw up a number. I'm going to look at something real quick. Oh, I know what I'll do. Anybody got a volume of Everyday KT? Or a volume of Kiltology? Nope, I'm going to grab one. Hang on a second. So, oh, Angela, can you hand me one of those?
What?
Yeah, one of those. Nope, okay, never mind. I was looking for a proof.
Oh, those are in the... Is that the ones that are numbered?
Hang on a second. No, it says proof on the back. So, I'm going to give you guys a treat. This is the manuscript for Kiltology Volume 2. And I was trying to find... I have 4 proofs. They were up on the shelf. I don't know where they went to. So, I am going to... Nope, I found them. Sorry about that. Sorry about the delays. So, Kiltology Volume 1. So this is the one that everybody's used to seeing, right here. This is actually the proof before it went to print. So I'm going to grab one of the old ones. This is before I edited it, so God only knows what this one reads like. Oh, this is actually the one. This was the one that I edited, so I'll read it unedited. Let's see. See if I can find one that... Oh, come on. Well, let's go with Kiltology number 154. Ferris wheels are the enemy of a great many kiltie. It usually causes great public disruption as crowds may gather beneath to get a glimpse up your... It used to say kilties, but I fixed it because it says kilted now. Kilted pride as your car goes around. Then again, if you're a single kiltie, it may be your best friend as the lasses below wait for you to disembark. So, those of you who actually enjoy riding Ferris wheels, I've never been a big fan, but, you know, it's a big, huge circle with a thing on it, and there's no bartender. So, meh. But yeah, this is actually the edited version. From what I'm going to do from now on, for a while, is I'll actually use the original manuscripts. This was the manuscript for Volume 2 that I actually had someone else edit. And it has all manner. I mean, look at that. This is one page. It looks like an English paper from hell. All the edits that my amazing editor did to make that book as awesome as it is. So, to that end, remember, wherever you go, whatever you do, make sure that you do as best you can to leave a positive influence and a positive reaction with all those around you, because that stuff does come back. And to that point, I will see everyone tomorrow night. Be strong. Put a kilt on. Have a good night.